Your social media manager and marketing manager is not the same person. And today I'm going to teach you the difference between the two. All right, guys, today is the end of January, so I'll try to put this video out ASAP, the 28th. Today, I honestly just want to talk about the landscape of everything that I've been going through as far as analyzing companies and what they want to do with their media/marketing. It's honestly the stories that I'm hearing and the people that I'm connecting with has been all over the place, and people have, companies don't really have a plan for the stuff that they want to do, right? They know they want to do something, but they don't really want to have a plan. And today I want to talk about specifically what I've seen in the marketing industry and social media content industry, and the versus and what companies are looking for, not looking for, what they're doing with their budgets, and super duper important stuff. But I'm gonna try to make this video super short, right? All right, so again, today is the 28th. 26. We're gonna do, let's say, media. We're gonna do social media. And then we're gonna do marketing. And then what the difference in positions and X, Y, Z and whatnot. So, companies will either have a marketing director, right, or a person that runs their marketing, right, and or have somebody creating and posting social media content, right? These two positions are not the same, right? Oh, that's actually the hook, right? Right? Social media and marketing. Your social media manager and marketing manager is not the same person. And today I'm going to teach you the difference between the two, right? So that's a really good hook. I just came up with that on the fly. I hope I'm recording right. So, and I want to break down the difference. Let me go into social media, right? So the social media specifically, right? Actually, I want to start with marketing, because marketing, this came first before social media. Like, marketing is always going to be around, and that's going to be the long-standing thing. Social media, presumably, I think it will be around for a long time, but we'll see what happens, right? So, and I could be completely wrong, but I just want to show you what I've been seeing with companies and what companies are doing when they hire for these positions, or or I'm even speaking to companies, hey, when you do hire for these positions, this is what I'm seeing when I'm going into these companies, right? So what I mean by marketing is paid ad leads and paid ads that show up on websites, emails, TV, and you can get paid ads on social media, right? Text message marketing, SMS, right? If I'm missing something, my apologies, leave it in the comments. But when specifically I'm talking about, sometimes blogs, it could be physical, because we all get physical marketing. We get mail, papers, we get radio does count. PR. Sales, community outreach. Leads and paid ads. So,
Matt, I need your help growing my social media audience.
All right, guys, if you need help growing your social media audience, make sure you text 602-390-7002. Once again, it's 602-390-7002. Specifically, when we're talking about social media and social media content, I am specifically talking about posting videos on Instagram, and this is all organic, right? This is most of the time when you're dealing with marketing, there's a funnel of money that goes into marketing depending on the budget for the company. So you got Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, you can do paid ads on streaming services too. But I mentioned TV, but you can do it on streaming services. I remember when Hulu first came out with their paid ads thing, and they were giving me like a package and stuff like that. I don't know if I was like the first in line for or whatever when it first started a couple of years ago, but it was cool to see. Like, I see it now because when I'm watching Hulu or when I'm watching these streaming platforms, I see small businesses being advertised on these streaming services, and I'm like, man, if you got the money, invest into it, because you never know who's watching that streaming service or that streaming platform and who may or may not need your business, right? So that's why I think marketing is super duper important. That's why I also think social media content is super important right now, because the two are competing, right? The two are competing, and companies want people to be able to be a Swiss Army knife when it comes to the two, and it's right now, to me, it's just a whole mess. Like, if you as a company, if you don't have a strategic plan when it comes to either social media content or marketing, and you are trying to figure out the next steps, just go ask a expert in their field, right? And once you get the expert in the field, you need to distinguish whether or not they are trying to, and you got to work with multiple different people and have different type of conversations with people, but just remember to establish like the yeses and nos when it comes to in and out of marketing, what exactly they do, what exactly they don't do. So another social media content. So I got Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, got Threads now, Pinterest. I'm pretty sure I'm missing some other stuff. What's a really good one right now? I don't know where Reddit follows at. I don't know if that's a social media platform, or I don't know what we consider Reddit, but a lot of people are on Reddit, and it's just cool to see. But like I said, we really want to establish the difference between these two. And what I'm noticing is that, like I said before, I think companies are trying to, let me go to the marketing companies right now. So the marketing companies that I'm seeing currently are offering services where they have a full marketing agency and they sell it to the business, right? So they'll have some person running a marketing agency, and they're leading with, hey, I'm going to guarantee you paid ads and link clicks and stuff like that. But they have a separate person running your social media content, and that's where the agency part comes in, that because they are having a multitude of people handling multiple different things for your business. I'm sorry I just spoiled all the marketing agencies out there, a little setup, but it's important that the client understands the breakdown of the difference between the two positions, because these two people are not the same. Prime example, me. All right, I'll break down my services and what I'm used to doing. So I do filming, editing, social media management, and strategy, right? But on the other hand, a lot of my preference is in that because that's what I'm super duper skilled at, right? 9 times out of 10, when you go to a company, a big company, and somebody that's been doing media and marketing for a long time, these are two separate positions, not the same person, right? I know 2% of leads paid ads, running paid ads on social media platforms, on all this on a larger scale. I have no idea how to do that. I have a little bit of email marketing. I know a little bit, but not a lot for that to be an expertise in that area. Definitely don't know nothing about TV. I know everything about, or not everything, but I know the gist of social media marketing, right? Because you can do paid ads on social media. Text message, know a little bit. You can go through like a Go High Level or some type of CRM to do text message marketing, because that has nothing to do with social media. That gets straight to the potential client's inbox if they have a cell phone, right? Physical, like getting mail, and I get mail. I get mail marketing all the time, always been. As soon as you got your name on anything, they boom, boom, boom. Speaking of, side note, I heard about the social media platforms being able to use and reuse our likeness and stuff like that, our face and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, I have a really scary thought. So the first thing I immediately thought of is they are going to clone us, or they're going to kidnap us, and our clones are already going to have, they already got our information. They got our name, last name, address, email, probably got our social, phone number, all that stuff, right? They are going to kidnap us and clone us. And then if anybody tries to say, oh, that's not that person, we already got like videos, voices all over the internet, so we can just repurpose your shit. Anyway, side note, super scary, but that's stuff that I think about with AI all the time, because the AI stuff that's going on right now is just nutso. But anyway, back to the gist of the video. Marketing director versus social media manager and content creation. Again, when I deal with companies that have a marketing director, their whole purpose is to bring leads to the business. And most of the time when I'm dealing with a company that doesn't have a social media manager, or does have a social media manager, when they're dealing with content, this is the creative. The creative drives the content to create leads. So the marketing director can just push it out, push it out, push it out, push it out. The creator creates the media to use for paid ads and website and emails, because the person still got to create the content, right? They got to create the videos, they got to create the static post or blah, blah, XYZ. Or you might have your marketing director creating some of that, but that should be two different positions. So this marketing director can focus solely on the marketing piece. That's a skill. This is not something that you can just slot together. If you do, it's not going to be a good thing. And this is the reason why I always see companies with high turnovers, because they try to mix these two positions together. It's not possible to do at a high level if you want to achieve your goals of doing social media and high paid marketing, right? So at the end of the day, whether you are a person trying to get a job in either one of these positions, or if you're a company that's looking for either one of these positions, make sure it's clear and set and straight that you utilize your voice to say, hey, this is what I specifically need, or hey, this is what I specifically can only do. I'm really, really good at that. You have to try to stick to that. I love that people try to learn both, right? But for what I've learned in 2025 and continue to learn in 2026 is these two are two separate positions. Your social media content and your marketing director, XYZ, blah, blah. It's two different positions, and they do two different things. Get an expert at this, right? Companies, and get an expert at this. And once you get these two guys working in tandem, anything is possible. Guys, have an amazing day. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you have anything else. My name is Matthew Cohn. Have an amazing week. Peace.